Howdy, Possum Patty, little Miss Titi, sitting down here in my lap. See if I can work around her right now. And it is Trash Tuesday, and I know I haven't done a Trash Tuesday in a while, but I have been putting trash in all my journals, so I think that counts. Anyway, I was organizing some trash because I have so much, and then I went into the drawer in the closet back there, and the organizer I have, and at the bottom, I was looking for something, so at the bottom of the drawer, I found this little tiny journal that says Tiny Treasures, and this is not very big at all. Reach over here to get my ruler without dumping the cat on the floor. It's a tiny journal. It is like 3 3/4 by 3 by 3 3/4, and it is a travel style. And look at that. And it is just, I don't know, just made out of packaging, I'm sure. I had a scrap of material left over from another journal, and I put that on there. I got these Dollar Tree rub-ons. And then those little dots that are on the material, I carried that over with a pen into the black. Well, now you can see her. And so I think I was going to do journaling in here and like put in little tiny journaling nature things. But I think what I'm going to do with this, and I know I've done this before, is put it on the desk, and when I get little scraps that are like nature, I'm going to fill this with fun little nature scraps, because I'm in the mood to do that. So I'm going to do that for a while. I know I had another journal on the table for a while that I was putting scraps in, but I'm going to do this one now. So this is one thing I'm going to be working on and off, I guess, but just putting little bits of nature, and, any piece of garbage that might have flowers or trees or grass, anything nature, rocks, of course, anything, vines. I'm just going to stick it in here. Right now it's too neat. It's too perfect. It's too neat. So we're going to be trashing that up. I'm going to throw that over there. And then, like I said, I was going through the garbage bin behind me, because actually I was looking for something. And I found a few things I'm going to use today. And I think this is from a country gardening magazine. It's very pretty. I'm going to use that today. This one is from a travel brochure magazine, travel guide about Missouri. And I like that little rusty car down there, the gas station. And I have this package of brownie mix. Okay, packaging. I love to use packaging. And another piece of packaging, hemorrhoidal ointment. Can you guess what I'm going to be journaling about today? Now, you can use your trashy junk journal for memory keeping, like Heather C. does down at Crafter's Alley. And she has a real Trash Tuesday journal that she's doing memory keeping in. And I know Christina down at the Shack, she has, or she's finished one, or maybe she's still working in it, I don't know. Sometimes these things just don't ever get done. A real trashy journal that she's putting nature pictures in, but I know hers is like larger than that one. But I'm going to start with that one for now, because I have a lot of little tiny scraps. Janet Nash has a true trashy that has a theme. It has a rainbow theme in it, okay? And she's been working on that, and that's beautiful too. So, you can journal about anything with a trashy or nothing. You can just put trash randomly. You can try and make, collages, cut out different elements and fit them together, or just go through and stick things in. It's like whatever you're in the mood to do. There's no rules to trashing. And Trash Tuesday can be any day of the week, really. Any day of the week is Trash Tuesday. So I have been putting trash in some of my journals. So I know I haven't had the trashy journal out for a while. So I'm going to keep that little one on the desk just to keep up with the trashing. But I am putting trash in several of the journals. So thinking about what I just showed you, can you guess which journal I am working in today? Come on along. Well, now, I bet you didn't guess the Dirt Road Diary. How am I ever going to connect those pieces of trash to my journaling about the rocks that I find on the dirt road that runs in front of the house? Well, you know, I've been doing some fun pages and some little bit prettier pages. And the first page I'm going to do is going to be a little bit of the prettier page kind. So that's where I'm going to use the pink and green. This is something else from another magazine here. And then after I do this page, I'm going to do a fun page. Fun page with this and this. Yes, I am. Okay, I'm going to start talking, but I'm going to stop in a minute because tonight is the Planetary Alignment, where there's 5 planets in alignment, and they are, I just closed my computer, Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, Uranus, and Mars, perfectly aligning at the same time along with the moon and a beautiful star cluster known as Messier 35, M35. This will be the first planetary alignment since June 2022, when Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn were seen together in a unique event that had not occurred in 2 decades. So this parade of planets is going to happen 20 minutes after sunset, and I'm watching the clock. The sun just went down. So I'm looking out my window. I'll probably go, oh, I hope it doesn't get cloudy. Oh, there's a big gray cloud coming. No. No, 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 no. Although you will be able to see it tomorrow. Well, I'm going to go out and look in a few minutes. In the meantime, let me spend 5 minutes here talking about my Dirt Road Diary. Okay. So I have this picture. I've got 4 stones here. And I think I found another one. Sort of. And my rock identifier is telling me that if the stone is green and pink and has bits of quartz, that it is a granite. It is a epidotic granite. So the green is the epidote and the pink is feldspar. And then, as you can see here, some pink and white. The clear or the white is quartz. So there's the green and the pink. And this one you can see clearly the green and the white and the pink there. This is a pretty one, isn't it? It's a pretty one. This one's got lots of color. This one's got a lot of green, but it's got the little pink. This one's got little bits of pink in there. Like there. So, I didn't know what this was, but my rock identifier is telling me that it is Unakite, which is a quartz epidote pink feldspar combination of sort of like granite. Well, there's a lot of granite around. So for right now, that's what I'm going to call this. Got some glue in my hand there. And I looked it up on crystallizedguide.com, and it represents balance, release, and growth. And the affirmation is, I promise to forever continue to heal myself. Now, this is supposed to bring, you know, your body, your spirituality, all the different components that make up you in alignment and balance all those things out. If you want to learn more about the metaphysical properties, you can go to crystallizedguide.com, and it talks about it. This is from a magazine, and this is actually the top of the page, and she was upside down. So I'm going to put her on the page upside down. She looks like a picture of balance there, doesn't she? And because the rocks are green and pink, I was going to use this picture of the water lilies there, down here somewhere, with her up there. And then I need to put my picture of the stones. And I was thinking about cutting the label off and putting the affirmation here, and then maybe cutting out that stone and putting it over there on her hands, like for balance. I keep my eye on the clock. So I'm going to cut these parts off. Balance, release, and growth. And I found some rocks along the road that I thought were granite, and I've never heard of Unakite. Unakite. I keep calling it Euconite, but it's Unakite. And yeah, so this is a new one for me. But they're very pretty with the green. Now I've been getting a lot of different stones. Then when I put it in the identifier, it's telling me it's epidote, which is this green sparkly stuff. At first I thought it was prehnite, but then I learned it was epidote. See, I'm going to put that there. Or it's balance. I should put it up like this. But there's not really enough room. Not enough room up there, so I'm just going to put it in her hand like that. And then I will add these other components onto the page. Okay, the first thing I have to do now is to figure out where am I going to put this. Well, I just spent an hour going in and out, looking at the sky, waiting for clouds to go by. Yeah, first time I went out, there was a great big gray cloud in the sky. I got one little peek of Venus, and then the clouds came, and my sister's sending me some pictures. And so I was looking at those, and we're texting back and forth. And so I came in, I glued down a couple of things, I went back outside. It was even cloudier. Came back inside, glued down a few more things, went back outside, and then I stayed outside for a while. And I think I can see, at that time I saw the moon. Actually, I came back in, then went back out again. And then I could see the moon, and the clouds had cleared out. And there's a red dot below the moon, so I'm thinking that's Mars. Nothing looks like it in the pictures that they post. All these planets are going to be in a line. It didn't look like that to me, but it definitely was the moon. And below it was red. And if it twinkles, it's a star. And if it doesn't twinkle, it's a planet. And it wasn't twinkling, and it was sort of reddish. So that's usually Mars. Venus was low on the horizon, but very bright. You can always tell Venus. And then up from Venus was a blurry planet, and I'm thinking that's Jupiter, because Jupiter is very large. And Saturn, it could have been Jupiter or Saturn, probably Jupiter, I'm thinking, or maybe Saturn. I don't know, it was either Saturn or Jupiter. And then they said Mercury is low on the horizon, so I didn't see that because of the trees. But I did get a picture of the constellation Orion. And that was my astronomy lesson for tonight. Meanwhile, I've got almost done here. Green epidote, pink feldspar, and got to write quartz somewhere. Q-U-A-R-T-Z. All right, so Unakite. So she's representing balance, and the pink water lily is representing growth and release. I promise to forever continue to heal myself, release the negativity, let go of things from the past, let go of anxieties, and move on, balance everything and just move on. Okay, so turning the page. Oh, did I mention this? I don't know, because I'm going crazy in and out here. I glued 2 pages together and put a little washi tape. So I altered what I was going to do a little bit. I ripped off the piece that was here. And then when I glued those 2 pages together, I put some washi. And I wanted to see the washi because it's pink and green. So it's almost like I said it was going to be. Got the picture of the rocks, the affirmation, the name, the balance there. All right, so we're good. Moving on. Okay. Now, this is hysterical. What does a brownie box have to do with the rocks that I found on the road? Well, I'm just going crazy with this rock identifier app, and that's what it's called, rock identifier. Where's the phone? Rock identifier. Let me see. Get it right here. It is called Rock Identifier. That's it, Rock Identifier. And I was going crazy with, just taking pictures of all the rocks I found out on the road, and taking pictures. So my sisters are still texting about the planets outside. I had made a bunch of brownies, not this box. The box I made I'd thrown away, and I threw it away because I knew I had somewhere in my garbage collection already a box of brownies, but this is symbolizing the brownies. So I made some gluten-free brownies, and there's this really fine line between the center of the brownie not being done enough and the brownie instantly becoming overcooked and hard. And I tested it, and I knew I should have taken it out, and I put it back in the oven for a couple minutes, and I'm like, too dry. So I knew it right away. I overcooked them. I was eating them anyway. What I do is I wrap them in a wet paper towel, and I put them in the microwave for 10 seconds, and it kind of puts some moisture back into them. Anyway, so I was sitting there playing with the Rock Identifier app on my phone and eating a brownie and having a cup of tea or something. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, these brownies are as hard as a rock. You can see what's coming, right? So I took the Rock Identifier app and I took a picture of the brownie. So there's the brownie, right? And this is a screenshot of the Rock Identifier app. And it came up as ferruginous quartz, also known as hematoid quartz, because it has iron in it. It's got hematite or goethite. So it's got goethite or hematite in it. So it's a quartz with a lot of iron type minerals in it. So my brownie identifies in this age, right? You can identify. So my brownie identifies as a piece of quartz with iron in it. And I had to laugh because quartz is really hard. Quartz is some really hard stuff. And the brownies were hard. My overcooked brownies in my rock identifying app. I identified as quartz, ferruginous quartz. So when I say you can't go by everything that Rock Identifier app comes up with, this is just a lesson in, a lesson in you really got to do more research. So I wanted to put this in here and talk about that. And so I have the brownie box, and I have, oh, so why the hemorrhoid ointment? Because it identifies as a hematoid quartz. And I'm thinking, that reminds me of hemorrhoid, hematoid and hemorrhoid. Hematoid and hemorrhoid. Okay. Possum Patty, you've lost it. That's okay. So somehow I wanted to do a page. These absolutely do not go together, so that makes them perfect, right? A page where I am talking about using the rock identifier app on a brownie. I know it's not a rock from the dirt road, but it is part of the whole experience. And I have some other things I want to journal about that are also part of the experience. Not necessarily a particular stone. I think he's knocking at the door. TT's in here. Now I have to do this somehow where I have some room to journal. So let me do some engineering here and let Miss Stinky Winky Woos into the room. Well, I wanted to get more than 2 pages done, but I spent way too much time. Is this clogged up again? Where's my unclogger? Too much time running in and out looking at the sky. But that's okay. Planetary alignments are important, aren't they? Must be a meaning to this somehow. I'm sure there is. I didn't look it up yet, though. If you know what it is, you can put it in the comments below. There we go. Got the clog out. I used some of this scrapbook paper because it was nearby to cover up the page. And this is just some of the old paper I bought at the flea market on Sunday. I got for a good price. Lots and lots of paper. And sometimes I like to mix some pretty papers with some trash. I just like to mix it up like that. So I'm going to glue some old packaging down on top of that pretty paper. And I did cut it out a little bit, trimmed it up, because I needed some room to write. Do we want to write at the top or the bottom? I think I want to write at the bottom. So get this on there. The background paper is on Possum Street. As you can see, it's very crooked. I trimmed it off across the bottom though, so it doesn't look as crooked as it really is. And this is just a screenshot. I had a picture of the brownie next to a screenshot, but actually I ate some more of the brownie and took another swipe at it with the rock identifier, and it came up as a different rock. But I wanted to do this one first because this was the first result that I got, and I just thought this was really funny. All right, now somehow I'm going to get this in here. I can really cut this down because we don't need all this preparation. Compare the active ingredients of preparation H. Maybe we want that part. So the hematoid reminds me of the hemorrhoid. Hematoid and hemorrhoid. Hema means blood. You never know what's going to happen here on this channel. Planetary alignments, brownies, hemorrhoids. So I want to put it up high. I'm sorry if I'm out of frame. I want to put it up high so I can write the story down here. So I'll be right back. Okay, my corners were popping up. I had to get the help of a friendly rock that was sitting on the desk to hold that corner down while I was journaling. Oh, I went back and put day 11 on that page because that's day 10, day 11. Should I give this one a day? No, this is just a side note. I shouldn't have given the not a rock concrete a, did I give it a day? Day 2? Yeah, I gave it a day, but I shouldn't have done that. This page was about concrete. I think the side notes are not going to get a day, or should the side notes get a day? All right, we're going to give them a day. We're going to give the side notes a day too. So this is day, because I have some other side notes that I want to make too. Day 12. Okay. I overbaked some gluten-free brownies March 19th, and they were hard as a rock. Chuckle. Ate them anyway. While using the Rock ID app, I decided to scan a bit of the brownie. See result. Here is the result. Drew a little arrow there. And then I put down the hematoid quartz. Reminds me of hemorrhoid. And hema is blood. So there are some really pretty hematoid quartz. And I think I did find some actual, after I did this with the brownie bit, I think I actually did find some actual hematoid quartz. So that will probably be the next page, but I'm going to have to come back because I just spent too much time aligning the planets this evening. Oh, this has a marker. Oh, look at that. Okay. So I did get 2 pages done. So I hope you enjoyed this little bit of a crazy smash up trashy session. And yes, I will glue some things in here because I have little bits left over from these journaling pages. That is nature. So thanks for coming along today, and happy junk journaling. Bye-bye.